the photocopy machine.
Spilling my coffee over.
In financial terms, the announcements that were made in the room is 113 million. So that is, of course, an important step. It continues to be very encouraging. It's, of course, in the longer sense, and if we look at the whole year, it doesn't cover all of our needs, and so we'll have to continue to reach out. But I'm extremely grateful for the fact that so many countries were prepared to make announcements today. Interest is always in the way that you put all the issues together, which is very rare in this line of work, so thank you. Yeah. When UNRWA focuses on its work, it's about now, it's about tomorrow and the day after, because we have, as I said earlier, 1 million people that need to receive food assistance. And that's not in 6 months, in 2 years, or 5 years down the line. This is now that's happening. We need to make sure that the students are back in school at the end of August, not in 2025, 35, or 45, because we know that political processes and economic development does take far longer. It's a different cycle. And so we don't need to create tensions that are there, in addition to already a lot of the politicization that has happened in the UNRWA file over the last year. We will follow, as everybody else will follow, the results of Bahrain. We will, of course, look into it. It's normal. But I think we also want to make sure that countries who contribute to UNRWA feel that they do it first and foremost because of the issues that UNRWA deals with and the fact that we were mandated by the General Assembly.
How much longer are you in New York?
Until tonight. Look, I think the situation is extremely precarious when you think of 1 million people possibly not receiving food assistance in Gaza in addition to all the other hardships that they face. It's something that nobody should even contemplate allowing to happen.
Countries that weren't on the list. The list that we got.
No, that's right.
The list of speakers.
You know, I would far prefer to see the population of Gaza not depend on food assistance in their life, but actually to have jobs and get on with it. But right now, the conflict dynamics and the unresolved political problems between Israelis and Palestinians, this is where we are. And to imagine that there would be a disruption there, I don't even want to envisage it, because you recall last year, we had to end the contracts of 118 staff members and put some on part-time employment because of our financial crisis of last year. That was enough to create very serious protests, and we lost control of our compound in Gaza for a full month. And that was for 118 jobs that were lost. So imagine 1 second what would happen if 1 million people don't get the food assistance.
Last week. Yeah. I hope she sticks around. Oh gosh, I'm not away.
This is the point that we regretted last year, because if the US had sat down with UNRWA as any donor saying, for example, just for the sake of the argument, the quality of your education services has gone down, or you're not transparent enough as an organization, that is a normal part of the conversation. And a donor could say, we're holding back money until you improve your performance. The US decision was not about UNRWA's performance, it was about the pressure on the Palestinian leadership, and that's a form of politicizing of humanitarian funding that should be absolutely avoided in our view. And so I don't think, you know, I'm the best judge of what this has led to in political terms, but I can simply say that from a humanitarian point of view, that should not have happened.